Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Mr. Fred and Friends. I'm your host, Fred Schultz, and tonight I got a pretty cool show for you, actually. I've got some very, very good guys on here tonight. Absolutely terrific. I got to say hi, Stefan Snow, Tony Diaz. Love you guys, man. And Paul Farrell, number one out, always. Boy, he just sits right there. You got my respect, Paul. Tonight we're going to, paintball's cool. Everybody knows I love talking paintball, but paintball can do a lot of things outside of the sport for other people that can't really help themselves. And tonight we're going to touch just a little bit on that tonight. I've got some very, very cool people on here tonight. Obviously Bill Bailey is going to be on with me. I've got Andy Starrett from the Ellie Remember Foundation. He's kind of like the tip of the spear on this. And not just because he has a pointed head. I mean, he is like the tip of the spear, period. He really goes out of his way to help a lot of people. And he just has totally my respect. And then we're going to also have on Mr. Bud Orr is going to be on with us tonight. Kenny Chavez and Jeremy Ori. So it's going to be pretty cool. I got to tell you, I always feel good when paintball can do something to help other people because, guys, I'm all about building paintball, and the guys I got on tonight, they're about building paintball too. We don't want to stay stagnant. We want to keep building and building and building. And, every chance I get, every chance that we all get, actually, that we can jump out and we give somebody else a hand or a hand up, not a hand out. I think it's positive for our sport because a lot of people that don't play paintball, they will see this happening and they'll be like, these guys got to be pretty cool. I think I might want to go try paintball and be involved with this bunch. So I think it's a plus for all of us. So I got a few things I want to mention here real quick before we get going. Last week I had on Dirk Gadberry and Raymond DeLeon and Penn King. And Raymond DeLeon is actually opening up a store. I'm going to have him on here again, maybe next week or the week after, because he's opening up a new store, and I want to give him a push. He's really a good kid. All these guys played the WCPL tournament I had at Shooters Paintball last weekend, and Bruce and Karen Davidson, great field, great people to work with. It was a lot of fun. We all had a terrific time. And, I had a lot of friends up there giving me a hand, and I thought that was pretty cool. I had Rick Wilcox was up there. He ran the chrono for me. I had Keith Kissel. Now Kiko, man, I don't know what to say about Kiko, man. He helped me from the very beginning right down to the very end. So he really rocked with me. And up there's Raymond C. And we're thinking playing in December. Okay. So he's thinking about playing in December. So Ramon D. Leon is going to have his store opening up, and Ramon, I want to have you back on again. I want to talk about your store because I want to give you a push and really get that thing going. And also want to thank for the WCPL I just had, Dan Ringer was our head ref. He did an absolutely terrific time. Just a great job. Absolutely loved it. And Gino from Belkin helped me with the paint shop beautiful. I was extremely happy. Three things can kill a tournament and do it instantly. The reffing, the paint, the field. The air actually is over the field. So anyhow, everything went great. It rocked the whole time. Everybody had a great time. And, what's really cool is I had guys like, Ryan Podesta. He came out with his son Nico, and I had Mark Gong. Brought Mark Gong Jr. out and Ricky Sendejas. These guys all got together with these kids and went and played and ended up fifth. It was just great. And what I liked mostly about the tournament was it was more of like a family atmosphere in the pits. Everybody was helping each other, talking to each other. On the field, they were rocking each other, period. This was a very, very hard-fought tournament. Some great teams there. And but man, once off the field, everybody was very, very cool. It was very, very good. The WCPL, I'm very, very proud of what we are actually doing with the WCPL. Obviously, we're not trying to go against the NXL. I love Tommy Cole, great guy, and it's just a great series, the NXL. I promote it. I think it's terrific. It just is, this is a different type of game for, I won't say an older group, but just a more casual group playing in the woods. Way back when we all started in the woods, and then the speedball became very big, and now getting back in the woods is it's pretty cool. I absolutely love it, and I love the WCPL for actually jumping in and making this happen. So let me give my shout out so I can drag these people out there tonight, because you're going to want to hear these guys. They're actually pretty cool. Andy Stratton, Bud Orr, they're like a show by themselves. Matter of fact, I might introduce them guys and go have a sandwich, because these guys can just take right over. But they are absolutely terrific. So I start every week with my shout outs. And the reason I give these shout outs is because these guys, back in the day when paintball was nothing in its infancy, it was great to see how hard these guys work, not just monetarily, but they put so much time and effort into making paintball and what it is today, and they are still absolutely doing it. It's just amazing to see what these guys do. So I start every week with my good buddy and very, very close friend, Mr. Tim Schloss. Tim Schloss has Tiger Stripe Camouflage. Had it back in the day and is back again at Social Paintball. But Tim also has Gateway Paintball in St. Louis, and Tim is going to be the host of the last WCPL this year. And it is in October, I think the 14th, 15th, and 16th, or something like that. You can look on WCPL and check it out. But it's going to be a party. He could do a lot more teams. They're doing 18 teams this year. I think they got like 4 or 6 teams sitting in the wings waiting for somebody to drop out. So it's going to be very, very popular. It's going to be a lot of fun. So if you get a chance, even if you don't play, you're going to want to come out and check out the WCPL in St. Louis. It's a party all by itself. I'm going to have Kenny Chavez on tonight also. And Kenny will talk a little bit about this. Kenny got to come here last year. I hooked him up with the band. I hooked him up at dinner, and he's been hooked up ever since. And he's absolutely loving it. And that's the type of people I look for. All of us, we want people that love the sport, good for the sport, and promote the sport. And you won't find any better than Tim Schloss and his lovely wife, Terry Schloss. All right. So moving on, Dan and John Colby. Dan has the field down there in Florida, Panhandle Paintball, and Dan had the second WCPL tournament this year, and it was absolutely great. Had a terrific time. Absolutely loved it. And they've been my sponsor for like 30 some years. Started with Air America, and now Immortal Air, probably the best air system on the market right there. And then Bud Orr. I'm not going to talk much about Bud. I usually blow Bud's horn, but we got Bud on tonight. One thing about Bud, you mentioned his name, and everybody will tell you how cool he is. You really don't have to say anything. The guy's done so much for paintball over the years, and he's still out there banging away doing stuff for paintball. That's why he's my big brother, and I'm so proud of him. He's just a terrific guy. And so moving right along, Tom K. Tom K was my second marker sponsor, Airgun Designs for years. Rainey and Juvie Boucher had Paintball News back in the day. Randy Camilla, editor for APG. I kind of missed the magazines. The stuff online is cool. Don't get me wrong. John Amadeo does a great job. All of this stuff is cool, but it's just something about holding the magazine, setting it down, picking it back up, paging through it, and putting it in a drawer and having it, 100 years later. It's just something about that I like. Anyhow, and Jerry Braun had Paintball Sports back in the day. Now we have Paintball Sports Field in New York, and that's where we had the third WCPL this year, and it was absolutely great. Kevin Donaldson owns that WCPL out there, but it's at Jerry's Field, and it's absolutely cool. Terrific time. And then Mr. Ross Alexander. Ross Alexander lives in Colorado. I'm actually hoping to see him here in a few weeks when I go there for the Ellie Remember Foundation, which we'll talk a little bit about tonight. And it was pretty cool. And then Jim Lively. 2 tournaments he wanted to do back in the day. Jim Lively's Masters, Jerry Braun's World Cup. It was absolutely great. It was like a family reunion in there. That's what the WCPL is starting to become like. I got Jacob Easter just jumped on, Jacob is, he's working his way up. He's starting to get pretty well known, pretty good kid. He came all the way out from Indiana to come out to play the tournament out here, the WCPL tournament, and he has made all of the WCPL tournaments this year. And his commitment, that's why he's worth mentioning. He's a good kid. He's working very, very hard for the sport of paintball, and he works really, really hard for his team, Toxic Teddies. So, if you ever get a chance, or come to St. Louis, you're going to see the band, and you're going to see Toxic Teddies are going to be there too, along with a lot of great teams. And, oh, man, I got Rick Wilcox. Rick, I talked about you earlier, buddy. I got to tell you, it was great having you out there. Rick was in the hospital 2 weeks before the tournament. The day of the tournament, he came out there and took care of the chronograph and did a great job all day long. Him and his wife, Lori. It was absolutely cool. So, anyhow, moving along, I got to mention Gino from Belkin. Gino does an awful lot behind the scenes. Gino's a kick in the pants, too. I don't know how many people get to know him because he kind of like a low-profile guy, high-profile company, low-profile guy. But he's a lot of fun. He's a great, great person, and he does an awful lot for paintball. You'd be surprised. And then I always say hi every week to my two little buddies, Mark Gong Jr. and Jaden Gong. Mark Gong and his son, Junior, came, along with Ryan Podesta and his son, Nico, came and played the WCPL at Shooters All Season Paintball a couple weekends ago. And I got to tell you, they were great. Absolutely loved it. So I've said all that. And again, now, I appreciate everybody jumping on. Jacob East, I'm going to put this up there, Jacob. I was just talking about you, buddy. Talk to paintball team. Can't wait for St. Louis. Yep. I can tell you, Jacob, you've been pretty good all year, buddy, with what you've done for the WCPL. And you're starting to grow on me. It takes time. I don't take to somebody right off the bat. It takes some time. Kenny will tell you that. Kenny Chavez. I talked to him online for, I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years before I talked to him. And I'm glad I did. He's really, really a good guy. So real quick, let me bring on Bill Bailey here. Oh man, I almost caught him drinking.
I heard that.
I wasn't quick enough, man. So. Oh, yeah, Mark Gong, nice shirt. Absolutely. My buddies gave me that shirt, Mark. Oh, it was you guys. That's right. Everybody knows I love getting shirts and jerseys. I can't even begin to tell you the collection I've got. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Oh, you're looking outdo me now, huh?
No, I was missing mine. I was like, what?
Oh, I got you. Because I got to tell you, in a battle of jerseys, I think I could give you a definite run for your money. You'd be amazed. So,
I don't know, Fred.
I don't know. I don't even insulate my studio, man. It's all done with jerseys.
Yeah.
So anyhow, we got a pretty good show on tonight. We've got Andy on, we've got Bud on, we got Kenny, and we got Jeremy on tonight. One thing, Bill, I think about paintball is, what paintball can do for people outside of paintball. If you want to make paintball grow, sure, go out there and be a celebrity and go play hard and be a superhero and everything like that. But, once you're off the field, if you want to help the sport of paintball and really make yourself look like something, help somebody else.
Yeah.
Help out an organization. Look at what Gino did. Gino got a hold of me for Tracy Perez.
Brought a lot of people together.
Yeah, he did, and I didn't even know Tracy Perez, and Gino got a hold of me and asked me if we could help. You and I jumped on, and we raised what, 6,000, something like that for her? Yeah. It was a fair piece of change to help her with her medical bills.
It was pretty good. Stuff pulls the community together.
It did. It kind of snowballed.
Yeah, just a little bit. But what was cool is how it snowballed. We got
in
more
a positive way.
We got more people to donate stuff than what we would ever imagine, so that was really cool.
It was absolutely cool.
And it wasn't just stuff that you can, buy or somebody manufactured. It was stuff that was handmade. There was paintings, there was all kinds of stuff. And that was really neat. I like seeing that, come together.
Yeah. In the same way, we're going to have Andy on here in a minute, and Andy takes donations too for the LA Remember. They have a big raffle that they're going to have. And I've got something here. It's hanging out here someplace. Anyhow, I got a band shirt that's got all the autographs of the band members on it, including Bud, Tim Schloss, Bailey. It's got everybody on it. So I'm donating that to be auctioned off.
Put it in a sealed
cool
package so Steve McGuire can't wear it.
I donated my jacket one time. Next thing I know, Steve McGuire's got my jacket on. And then you bought it, Bill.
Yeah.
I think you got it in the auction, and it smelled like bacon, you say?
It still smells like Canadian bacon.
Yeah, Canadian bacon and syrup. I heard something about that. Wow. Well, we had a good time with that one, though, didn't we?
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. And you know, it's really cool. It was Andy's fault, so it was good for all of us. So, you know, speaking of that guy, what do you see we drag him out here real quick? You know, please, everybody, welcome the head of the LA Remember Foundation, Mr. Andy Fred. What's going on, Andy?
I'm sitting back laughing because I remember the second when he put that on, and we were like, "Yep, we need to take a picture of this."
Yeah, I know it. And I seen the picture. I'm looking for the barf bag. Yeah, it was a heck of a day.
Heck yeah, but see, you know, you guys are talking jerseys, so you know, shirts. So there you go. Liberty Bells.
Very cool.
Team.
Yeah, I got that the band jersey. It's got all the autographs on it. I want to auction that one off too, because you know it's hard to get all these guys in one spot and get these jerseys. And I get them, and the only thing I use them for is for a good cause, for auctioning off, or giving them to somebody I think is very deserving.
Jerseys, you know, you don't need to know who this is because you already know. But I'll raise you guys one of 12 original. You guessed it.
The Predators.
UK Predators jerseys autographed by the team. There's only 12 of these on planet Earth.
I got one hanging over here.
Boys sent it. So it's going up on the auction for this year's charity event.
Yeah, they signed one for me, and I got to tell you, I got to keep it because, you know, Marcus and I, we go back like 36 years, man. I mean, the first time I went to England, paintball was actually illegal. Oh, yeah, it was interesting. We actually went out and played on an old abandoned World War II Air Force base. And next thing I know, the bobbies were coming out there to wonder what was going on. Cars, car full of them. And so anyhow, we had a guy that was with us, and he was a court magistrate and very, very good friend. He's Paul Wilson. He's deceased now, but he had a lot of pull, thank God, or otherwise we were in a lot of trouble. It was pretty interesting. And I'm going to bring out somebody real quick, Andy, that's also a part of the LA Remember Foundation. And, he's actually a pretty good guy. I don't know. You might know him.
He's a little ornery.
Yeah. Oh, he's always ornery. That's what Kathy tells me, his wife. Yeah. But I love the guy. Please, everybody, welcome Mr. Bud Orr.
Glad to be on, man. Thank you. How you doing, Andy?
Doing good. Getting things ready.
All you guys look great. Yeah, you look younger today for some reason. I don't know what's going on.
Your glasses are fogged up. So.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, now I see.
Yeah, there you go. I love it. There you go. Well, we got a couple cool guys. Yeah, I love having you on, big brother. You know that. We're going to talk a little bit. What I said at the very beginning is, paintball. If we work outside of paintball to help other people, I think paintball actually gets a very, very good reputation from a lot of people that don't play paintball right now that we're hoping to get into the sport. So when people see things like this, it makes them want to get involved. And so that's why I'm so happy to be pushing stuff like this. I absolutely love it. And tonight I'm going to have on Kenny Chavez and Jeremy Ore. And we're all going to sit and we're going to talk a little bit about how, some of the great things that Andy does. And, I hate to make him, his head swells. I hope the headset fits at the end of the show. But, other than that, yeah, your head's swelling already.
That's for you. It's okay.
No,
Get on
Andy
the
needs a
pants.
big head because he does
Yeah.
a lot. He does.
And
He
Jacob
does
Easter.
a tremendous amount.
Oh, he does. Yeah, Jacob Easter is watching, and I hope Jacob, hope you're taking notes, my friend, because to really become popular and really become loved in the sport, this is a big way to do it. Is step aside from where you want to be and help somebody else get there too, and you'll be amazed how that works. I mean, that's what got me started years ago. Was I did the Ronald McDonald houses, and and I had a guy named come up to me, and it was Randy Camilla, and he was the editor for APG, and I did like 3 Ronald McDonald houses, and nobody knew me from Adam. Paintball was just starting; it wasn't hardly anything.
They weren't going to know you dressed up in that clown outfit with the big shoes.
Well, I like the shoes now. I still got those, but my wife wears them now. She's not listening, is she? God, I hope she don't watch this show. So, but anyhow, that's where I got my first cover shot, was just from helping people. Very, very simple thing. So, Jacob's a good guy. Jacob, I like hanging around you. Just take notes. Take notes. Someday you'll be there. So please, everybody, let's bring out the whole crew here. I'm going to bring out my very, very good buddy, the only guy I actually let sit between my wife and I at dinner ever. Please, everybody, welcome Mr. Kenny Chavez.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Kenny.
Good seeing everybody again. Bud, how you doing, brother?
What's happening?
Not a whole lot.
Looking forward to St. Louis, huh?
Yes, I am. Ready for another run with the band. Can't wait.
There you go. Well, I'm bringing out a new guy tonight, and once I bring him out, I'm going to ask him how he got started in paintball, and then after that, then it's on. Then we're talking about how we can make paintball grow to help other people, and I think it's good. I think everybody watching, I think will take notes on this, and I think it's absolutely cool. Cheryl Ellis. Oh God, I love this woman. Her. There's a lot of cool girls in paintball. All the band girls are absolutely great, but Cheryl Ellis and Bond Chick, those two are something else. I got to tell you. So, but anyhow, real quick,
I invited Kenny and got him on tonight to talk about something. She's just jealous I didn't invite her.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
She was a blast at ICC along with everybody else.
Yeah. Yep. I heard about ICC. So, anyhow, everybody, please let's welcome Jeremy Ore for the first time on Mr. Fred and Friends. What's going on, Jeremy?
Welcome, buddy.
Hello, everyone. Pleasure seeing everybody.
Yeah, we're very glad that you could jump on here with us tonight. You know what we're going to talk about. We're all going to do that. Just let me grab my notebook. Joshua Estrada. Oh, Josh, you're such a great guy, man. I got to tell you. Real quick before I get to a question with you, I talked to Josh. Josh watched my show from day one, starting like 3 years ago. And I got to talk to Joshua online all this time. And then in February this year, I'm doing my Southern California WCPL, and this guy comes up and taps me on the shoulder. And after 2 years plus, I finally got to shake hands with Joshua Estrada. What a great, great guy. I'm looking forward to playing some paintball with him too. So, but anyhow, Jeremy, first time on the show, I got to ask you, my friend, how did you get started in paintball?
First time playing, probably, if I recall, 89, 90, SL68-2 is my first rental gun. Went out with some friends, got hooked right away. That was the next thing. It was the only thing I wanted for birthday, Christmas, anything. Hey, Mom, Dad, want a paintball gun. And my wish was granted. First for birthday, I think, was a PMI Tracer, Vince Predator mask, and I was set. Like I was just I was in love with it. You couldn't keep me off the field.
Yeah,
played as much as I could, on and off. Through probably my late teens, maybe about 20. And then, like a lot of people, life gets busy, get a good job, other things take priority and stopped. So about 20-year hiatus. My 13-year-old son, Jaden, showed some interest. Hey, Dad, do you know anything about paintball? I want to thinking about trying paintball. And I'm like, well, your dad might know a thing or two, and so about a year or two ago, jumped right back in it. Started buying like everything that I could never afford when I was younger, and it's been a father-son thing, and greatly blessed to get right back into it. I wish I never stepped away from it, but
sometimes when you step away though, Jeremy, and you come back, you have a different view of paintball. I stepped away from it too. I went out to my gold claim and just kind of hung out for a few years and just kind of put paintball on the shelf. And then once I got back into paintball, I just realized exactly how much I missed it and how much I actually enjoyed it. And I love the sport, but most of all, I love the people in it. That's, I go to a tournament with the band, and do I expect to go take first place? No, not really. Schloss does. Tim Schloss thinks we're going to win all the time. But, other than that, I go there. When I win is actually Friday when everybody shows up and I'm hanging out with all my friends. That is the win right there. The tournament is fun, but it's a secondary thing. I just love hanging out with my friends. Am I right, Bud?
100%. Yeah, we have a blast. I mean, on and off the field. So you can't quit laughing at us old guys, because we stumble around a lot, but we get the job done,
There you go.
It's
you must be talking about Tim again.
Yeah, no, but yeah. Well, how'd you know? Yeah. Tim's gonna kill me.
Yeah. Hey, gotta love it.
I gotta tell you though, Fred and Bud, I mean, you guys are like legends, idols. So if I'm a little starstruck, a little stuttered up, just know that I never in my life would I expect to be on a podcast with you gentlemen here. So thank you, Andy and Alex, for getting me involved and making this a reality for me. It's very humbling. I thank you.
Well, Jeremy, I appreciate that very much. But we're just as happy to have you on as you are to be here. Period.
Yes, we are.
Absolutely, yeah. Because Kenny thinks you're good for paintball, and I take a lot of stock in what Kenny says. So I'm kind of glad to bring you into our fold. And, hope to be doing more with you in the future, too.
Absolutely.
So, just like Bailey says, when you hang out with this group.
I'll tell you that. And,
no, not at all. Well, yeah, I know. Well, I'm not going to get into that. But anyhow, the touching part. So, yeah. See, Bill knows right off the bat what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We are so connected. So, but, Jeremy, we're very glad to have you on here tonight. And, I appreciate the good words for Bud and I. That was very, very kind of you to say that. Very much so. So exactly. Now I got to jump up to Andy. You still awake? I can't see if your eyes are open.
I almost fell asleep during your monologue again, but
how much did McGuire pay you to say that? I know that, man. Hey, we got Dirk Gadber. I had Dirk on last week. OG Ironman. Jeremy, I don't know if you know Dirk, but he's an absolutely terrific guy. So you need to come down. Are you going to come down to St. Louis with Kenny?
Yeah, Jeremy? Bring Jeremy down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're going to come? Can you come down there to St. Louis with Kenny, Jeremy?
I need to ask the wife permission, but
get her on there. Come on, she's like,
yeah.
Good
the kids have a lot of sports. My daughter does travel soccer and work and all that. But I she'd probably say I play enough paintball as it is. But
there you go. You got to be careful. Don't let these guys push you into anything, because this is you're happy to be with us, but this is a very strange, funny group here.
Just have
Kenny will tell you, I've been dying to go down there with him to any one of the tournaments, just to go out there and meet everybody. Like you're saying, it's all about the people, and I enjoy that. And
I like the guy so much I let him sit between my wife and I at dinner.
No, that's true.
Yeah. Sad part, why she enjoy this company more?
It will happen. It will happen.
So Andy,
Yeah.
We've got these guys on. You've got fundraisers coming up for the Ellie Remember Foundation here pretty soon. Uh-oh, Kenny jumped off. You'll be back on.
Bye, Kenny.
So
Oh my God, who killed Kenny?
So tell us a little bit about what you got going, Andy.
Oh, well, let's see. We got both these guys on. Well, for our event, we have the Ellie Remembered Charities game, as we now call it, because it's not just a charity, where we have, we did the same thing last year, combined our Ellie Remembered fundraiser game that we do for the last 4 years now, along with the dynamic paintball and airsoft, Mike's Field. He's doing, I think we're on the 18th year, maybe it's the 19th year, don't kill me, Mike, of his autism support event. Because Mike has a very autistic son, Grant, and it's the longest running type of event in Colorado as far as that goes. Well, because we do so much with dynamic, we decided, let's combine the events, make it one day. Worked out great last year. It's just kind of hard to have everything going in these two events at the end of the year. So this year, again, it's combined. At the same time, we will have the final game, or I should say final event of the Colorado Championship Series Paintball, which has been a joint venture between Dynamic Paintball and Blitz Paintball, playing back and forth between the two fields. So it ends there with the 3-man going on the first for our game. Plus we'll have all the rec games going on. We'll have jelly ball and bazooka ball for little kids and stuff like that going on that field. I already said jelly ball. Little shooting range thing going on. We'll have the raffle going. We'll have the auction going. That'll start beforehand. Like I said,
real quick, I hate to interrupt you. How's the auction going to work now?
The auction, what we do for that every year is we put it up online after Steve McGuire has personally taste tested and sniffed everything. Like your jacket. Well, that all goes up online. The links for that will go posting out. I'm working on collecting all that stuff. Usually we get a lot of Hormesis, Yosh, and Alex, and Ollie, and those guys, and some other things to donate. I've got some other stuff here already to put up. So that link will go up. That's separate. That runs online where you just go in and bid until the time expires on those items. Out at the field, there will be some raffle things going on, some contests for different things, stuff like that, and a whole lot of fun paintball, whether you're playing in the 3-man tournament or you're out on the rec field at the same time. Big shindig going on, food trucks, whole 9 yards. There'll be some, somewhat well-known people like Fred Schultz there. Might be playing in the 3-man with, Mean Gene and this other guy named Dave Wiescook. Some of you might know him from the Avalanche, OG Iron Man, and All Americans, and because he shot the crap out of us in New York when we were playing him against the band. But
yeah, but he didn't mean it. He said.
Yeah, he didn't mean it, but he did it to all of us anyways. But we love him.
He was lying anyhow. Go ahead.
Well, we love Weiss. So a lot going on there with all of that. So it'll be a big fun event.
Well, the money that's raised, how do you delegate that? Because I know you take care of, you and Bud, you guys got certain people that you guys take care of. How does that work? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
What we do is we take, because like I said, we used to run the 2 separate events. Well, now we combine them. So at the end of the day, we take all the money from the auction. We take all the money from the raffle, paint sales, all that kind of stuff at once. We put it together, figure out the total, and then we just go, okay, right down the middle. We split it. Now, at that point, obviously, we've got, I remembered, and we've got the autism stuff. So last couple of years, me and Tom have helped out Mike with the autism thing. And so, for example, last year at World Cup, I don't know if we introduced you to Star because you were with me most of the time, Fred, but It just so happened that I came across a female player that was in the WNXL coming over from England, who was a domestic violence survivor, had 3 kids, had just escaped that, relationship and everything, and just happened to have an autistic son at the same time. So for the World Cup, where we were busy handing out all the bags, which you still claim I gave you the heavier bag, but that's, BS.
You did.
Right before that, we had sent this female player who was playing with Amber Wong's team and Anthrax and everybody, sent them on via Dynamic Paintball to Disney World for 3 days. Bought them the passes, got them the parking, we got them the wristbands that you could just walk in and buy stuff with and everything, and sent them over there right before World Cup last year as the autism support piece for Dynamic, via Mike and Heather and everybody at the field. Then when they came and play, when she was playing, Allie remembered, because she is a domestic violence survivor, we helped out with the paint and stuff for her while she was playing her WNXL matches with all that. So it was kind of a combined effort last year. But this is usually how it goes. We do our thing that we do for Allie Member, helping domestic violence survivors and stuff. We've got to do that all year long. But at the end of the year, we always seem to find somebody autism scale that needs help, or we reach out through Robert Pinella and Paintballers for the Puzzle, things like that, and get some help. And me and Tom find them here literally in our own town sometimes, like the year before, and we just go and hand out a mother that in need. There you go. Here's a bunch of cash. Here's a check. After we've scoped them out, and then Mike provides a lot of insight to these people on autism, because he's dealt with everything with the state of Colorado and all the foundations, and he's a autism support wizard when it comes to dealing with this stuff and kids. So great resource for that. So it all works out in the end.
Jeremy, you were doing something, weren't you? Aren't you putting something together, or didn't you just put something together for someone? Tell us a little bit about it.
He is.
Yeah, our good friend Lucas Snyder passed recently for suicide. He was a teammate of ours, local player, reffed out at the field quite a bit, a friend, right? And his girlfriend is coming up September 10th to Action Valley Paintball, putting together an outing. She's going to come and play. So initially it started out, she's going to come up. She had an idea to maybe do something, some sort of fundraiser benefit in honor of him. And first, maybe we were thinking about doing something for the family, and then Lucas' mom reached out. She's like, you know what, guys, I appreciate the offer, but I'd really like you to do something for paintball. Lucas was it's what he loved, right? Do something for that. If you can do something for kids or youth paintball, please do something for that. So then as a group, our local group kind of put our heads together and was like, well, we can do some sort of small benefit. We're 3 hours west of Chicago. It's not a big scene here. It was kind of intimidating at first, but we knew that we wanted to do something good and positive to honor our friend. So that's kind of how I met Alex and Andy, just reaching out saying, hey, a small group of us are going to try to do something, even if it's 10, 20 people that show up at our paintball field, and have a small potluck, do a little raffle or something.
When are you planning on doing this, Jeremy?
September 10th. It's Sunday, September 10th.
That's going to be at Action Valley Paintball, correct?
Action Valley Paintball, absolutely.
Okay, so are you taking donations to what exactly is happening? You're taking like donations to?
Well, at first I didn't know how we didn't know how big or small it was going to be. You know, we wanted to do something right, had it in our head, got together. Luckily, the local paintball field owners, Pat and Danielle, they're amazing people. Dickens, Pat ended up doing a GoFundMe, posted a GoFundMe on the same site. I think we have Allie remembered, joined up, made an official post on Facebook, put a GoFundMe up there that anybody could donate to that.
So we're going to post the GoFundMe, Jeremy. Cheryl Ellis is in the background as my teammate. She's about to post that in the chat for you. I can tell you right now that you are sitting at $1,280 of a $1,000 goal for that right now. So way to go with that.
Very cool.
Thank everybody who has contributed so far. That's amazing to us.
Well, it's not done yet. You know, you got till September 10th, my friend.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and you know, I got to tell you something. I am so proud of my audience. The people that watch this show, I think are some of the best people in paintball. Not just because they watch the show, it's just because they're so involved in the sport and they're involved in causes and helping people. And I think you should even do a lot better between now and then. That's for sure. Let me see here. More information. There we go. Well, Cheryl's on top of it. Holy smokes. Man.
Thank you very much, Daryl. We all appreciate it, as well as we appreciate everybody else.
Yeah. Well, you know, now I'm right back to the paintball community here. You know what?
Well, I could tell you this, too. I don't know if you saw this, Fred. You know my son because he, played on with us and stuff. So
yeah, great kid.
Alex is our sort of sideways up every direction collector of hormesis and has gone after tons of bands, things like that. So I know he's sending some bands. I think he's watching right now, but he's a little under the weather tonight. But he posted up on the hormesis page. It's on my page. We can post this up too. Sort of like a donation thing for anyone who willingly donates $10 or more and post a screenshot. He's going to put everyone into a private raffle that they get to pick 2 hormesis bands. Keep in mind, he's trying to collect all the good ones, and he's got a lot of people in the hormesis community helping him out as well with that kind of stuff. But he's going to have a private raffle. They get to pick 2 of the hormesis bands of their choice out of 20 that he's going to offer up there. So he's looking to get $50 or more, get you 3 entries into this hormesis raffle that he's going to do if you go on the GoFundMe or donate to, if you don't want to do GoFundMe with their type of fees and you want to send $1, remember to earmark it. We'll make sure it goes back over to that. And of course, then you have to worry about the fees, but he'll get those names. He's going to do a live event with that and have somebody, probably with the family, pick the raffle number basically, or the number out of a hat there and let them pick these hormesis bands.
Very cool.
Try to help out in every way we can with this.
Yeah. And what I was talking about earlier, how paintball, we keep paintball growing is by helping people outside of paintball. And Jeremy, that's exactly what you're doing right now. You're helping somebody that was in paintball, but what you're doing is you're showing people that don't play paintball that we care about everybody. When people see this that aren't even playing paintball, they're going, that's got to be a pretty good group of people that stand tall enough to go do something like that.
Yep.
So, my hat's off to you, buddy. And what do you think, bud? That's pretty cool, huh? Oh, bud, your mic's off.
Bud.
Can't hear you.
Unmute yourself, bud.
I don't think he's muted.
Can you hear me, bud? Yeah, we can't hear you.
Sign language.
Yeah. Yeah, you're muted. I don't know what's going on.
Send him some Morse code.
Yeah.
Send help.
You know, it's funny too. That's usually me getting screwed up like that. Yeah. But can't hear you.
Well, I think he dropped his phone earlier. That's
Yeah.
when the noise stopped.
He did. Yeah, he did. I think I seen him do that.
Maybe the volume went down on his phone.
Yeah, check your volume, bud. I love these guys here. Always giving any way you can.
So some I want to know
Like
though.
rescue rangers and stuff. Oh, Cheryl, I love you. You're so funny.
Something I want to know about though, Kenny and Jeremy. Tell us about Action Valley Paintball, because I did a little research just checking out the field after you guys, we started talking about this. Didn't even realize that we drove past it twice, coming and going to ICC, to the Montreser Classic, because we came down I-80 right past the field, I guess, right there going into Chicago. Didn't even know it was like blocks off the interstate.
Yeah, but you always know when you drive by a Sonic, though, don't you?
Go ahead, Kitty.
Don't
This
be
one's
talking
on you,
about
brother.
Sonics.
All right. Well,
It's because they have roller skates.
Action Valley just relocated to a new location this year, which is a really nice spot. And it's located in, what do you say, Jeremy? Silvis?
It's East Moline, right off of 80.
It's like, we're like right there, like touching each other. And
Dickens, the owners
a
are
fun little spot.
fantastic.
All those guys out there, including Jeremy right here, as well as some of our other buddies that are on the show tonight, they're literally all my second. I love going out there every chance I get, whether I'm just hanging out with the guys or actually out there shooting with the guys or meeting some new people or meeting some older people from many years ago.
So this is an established field that just moved to a new location, correct?
Yeah, established. I mean, it's a small community. I mean, give or take.
Yep.
On a weekend, if we have 20 players show up, that's great for us.
Yeah.
So when we initially talked about having the benefit, that was one of my biggest concerns. Is I all gung-ho about it first, but then I was kind of hesitant, especially when Alex reached out and was like, man, we'll send you a bunch of bands to raffle. And then we kind of quickly, I kind of took a step back. It's like, man, if we only raise like $200 or something, like it could literally be 10 people that show up that day. So I was very concerned and very worried about it. Small community, but then Alex answered back and is like, this is what we do. Whether it's a big or small, I don't care if you make $100 or $200. We're out here to support you. And I can't thank him enough on how much that morally supported myself and Kenny and all the other local guys and Pat and.
Jeremy, one thing I was talking about earlier, is when people see that you're trying to help somebody and you're good for the sport, it just kind of takes off for you. That kind of gets the snowball rolling down the hill. Mm-hmm. And see, that's what you've just done tonight. Is you started to think for the guy. You've come on the show tonight, which I appreciate, and you come on and you talked a little bit about it. We've talked about Andy's thing, and you're getting the ball rolling. So now, I think by September 10th, I think you're going to be pretty well amazed what you've just done, not for the people you're helping, but for the entire sport of paintball.
Yep, and we're pushing, through all of our contacts, teams, all that stuff, tied in with Valley Remembered, since they're, close to Chicago. It's only 100 and some miles?
Yeah, two and a half hours, maybe 2 hours.
Yeah. It's walking distance.
Well, maybe for you, Bill, because you're close.
Oh yeah.
We're actually looking at going to the game and flying in. So me and Alex are working on that, or maybe we'll just drive in again. But trying to push and get all the players in that area to show up. Not just for Lucas, because I never met him, but he's obviously worth doing all this effort. But as a community in paintball, these are the kinds of things that everybody should just rally behind.
Absolutely. And Jessica Cortez is watching from Hawaii.
Right. Rally behind, suicide. Lucas is not the first player in our paintball community family worldwide lost to suicide this year. Obviously, we've had some others. And, go through all the names, but there's been more than one. So this is like that great opportunity if you're in that area to show up and come out there and just support the whole paintball family in general. And then, of course, let's do something great for Lucas because kid deserved it. So
yeah, well, it's always bad when it happens, but when it hits home, it's that much more devastating for the people around you. And that's why Jeremy, you and Kenny, I think you guys, what you're doing, I think is terrific. Bud, can you hear us now?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
There we go.
No, a little louder. No, I can hear you.
Say what?
Buddies here at home that's been helping us.
What'd you say? I'm the one that's deaf.
No. I'm glad you came back on. We can hear you. These guys we've been talking about. The fundraisers that these guys are having. Jeremy's having a fundraiser for a friend that committed suicide, and you already know what Andy does because you're part of that organization.
Board member, yeah.
Yeah. So, and we're talking about, like the paintball community, how we all get together in times like this and all work together. Because, like I always say, individually we can do a lot for paintball, but collectively we can do an awful lot for paintball. So what do you think, Bud? You think the family is good, paintball family?
Oh, it's incredible. It's incredible. The suicide thing hit home with me because my granddaughter just got married about 2 months ago, and about 3 weeks ago, her husband committed suicide by hanging himself. So, I mean, and there was nothing led up to it. There was no. They seemed to be happy, but I don't know, something clicked and he went on. But Andy and the organization, all of them that help people is it's just great. And Andy's a great friend, and the organization is tremendous. So if we can support it, let's do it, and in any way, shape, or form.
You got to remember, and everybody, it's not just we do this for paintball, right? Paintball is a catalyst for what Ellie Remember does because it does give us a worldwide audience, and of course we like playing, but it's also a relief tool. Paintball saved my life. Let's just put it that way. After my daughter was murdered and sitting there miserable and ready to go on a rampage, and going back out and playing gave me that focus to turn all that real negative energy back into something good. So we talk about the players and we're a family, but events like these and promoting and supporting stuff like this, be it domestic violence, suicide, autism, all the various things that you could do, because it's a mental stimulus as well that does. I can't even say the word.
Well,
awesome mental health.
Yeah, Andy, if you weren't in paintball though, and you were say watching something like we were talking about tonight, and you seen other people, in an organization trying to help, wouldn't it make you feel that much better about that organization and maybe want to be part of that organization?
Well, it does, because it adds credibility.
Yeah, exactly. That's building paintball. That's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
And not just building it in a positive way.
Oh, yeah. It's not just all about going capturing Bill's flag and running it back. That's easy,
Yeah, no, it's not easy. That's why it takes 4 of us to run it back.
Always looking back the other direction.
So, I love it. So anyhow, Bud, Jeremy is he's doing a fundraiser for a friend of his also, and it's going to be September 10th. So that's one thing that we were talking about. Him and Kenny are working pretty hard on this right now.
Yeah, we got.
Yeah, I heard what he was
one
saying.
of our buddies, Dan,
So-
he's patches, his wife patches. Another good pal of ours, Brian Adams. Jeremy, what's that he's making? Minions? Paintball minions?
Yeah, like a minion out of the propane tanks and stuff.
And that looks awesome. I
Yeah,
think his
nice.
wife also makes stickers for us too.
Very cool. What do you think, Bill?
I'm hoping they're surprised. You know, September 10th. I
Yeah.
think they're going to do well. You know, hopefully we can get a bunch of people to rally and go give them a hand. You know?
Well, you know, we get quite a few views, you know, through the course. Matter of fact, you know, I put out that I was going to have Andy on tonight, and I put it out about 27 hours ago, and we had, let me see what we had here. We had just an enormous amount of reaches.
7.
We had
8.
we had over 4,700 reaches in 30 hours.
That's because I went behind you and told everybody Bud was going to be on.
Yep.
No, you know, that's part of the reason, you know, especially all the women, because, you know, Bud's a babe magnet.
That's true.
So, you know, I mean, other than that, but, you know, but then having you on, that kind of offsets Bud too. So we still did good.
You guys are too
What
much.
happens when we're at a tournament with the band and you get us all together in one tent? It's that's mayhem.
Well, that's what I'm trying to build Jeremy into this. You know, I'm trying to bring him in gently, because once he's in with this group, you know, he'll stand there with his jaw hanging down to his waist going, what the heck?
We should just put a camera in our pit area in St. Louis.
Oh, no, I
charge
can't do that.
pay-per-view.
No.
We would make a ton for charity.
Yeah, you know, like a cage match.
I'm actually kind of worried about the room that we have at the hotel for the after game dinner and party, because the bar's next to it.
Yeah, that's always a catalyst.
That's gonna be
I hope all the band. I hope all
I'm
the band
hoping you
members
guys are
have sent their
entertaining,
money
because
in,
I'm the
too.
most boring person on the face of the planet. So
Well,
Oh no,
yeah, you're only getting a portion of this group because this is a kids show.
Yeah,
Let's just put it.
we got a whole our
Jeremy.
tongue, you know.
Say
Hey, if the doctors release me for traveling, then I'll see if I can't make it. So we'll see. So,
Well, you know, you're going to be in St. Louis, right?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I know I'm going to be out by then, but I got to see the doctor in a couple of weeks and see what he says. So.
Yeah, I heard the body's doing great. Now they're going to work on your mind. Is that the
Well,
rumor out there?
no, it's a psychiatrist that I got to go see to release it. Not my heart doctor. How'd you know anyway? Oh my God!
What's the
I'm
psychiatrist?
keeping it a secret.
I love it. All right, well, I'll
it's not
tell you
that
what,
obvious, is it?
Yeah.
It's not that obvious, is it?
Well, you know, you hang around with this group, it's pretty obvious. You know?
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
I got to tell you one thing, though. Everybody out there, you couldn't ask for a better bunch to hang with.
No.
You want to talk about a bunch of guys that have your back. You couldn't ask for a better bunch than this, period.
Well, you know, last year in St. Louis, Bud had Connor's front too, if you recall.
You know what? I didn't want to bring this up because it's a kid's show, you know.
I wasn't going to talk, go past that point, but
It was only his chin. It was only his chin. So, yeah.
and a magic marker.
Yeah. All right. Well, you know what? We've gone our hour. Jeremy, I want to tell you, buddy, I appreciate so much you coming on, and I'd like to invite you back on again sometime. Maybe the closer we get to September 10th, maybe the week before, you can jump on and we can talk and see how things are going. Could you do that?
absolutely. And I just briefly want to say thank you all for having me, Fred. I very humbled. Andy, Alex, everything you've done, Kenny, Pat, Danielle, field owners, greatly appreciated everything you've done. If anybody can do anything to help honor and remember our friend, his name was Lucas Snyder. He was a friend and one hell of a paintball player. Thank you very much.
All right, my friend.
Thank you.
I'm looking
Thanks for
forward to
coming.
seeing you again. All right.
Thank you.
All right, Jeremy.
Yep.
Bye now. Hey, Jeremy, real quick. If you haven't, you're on Facebook, right?
Yes, sir.
Maybe hit me up and I'll accept your friend.
Absolutely.
And we will link up. All right.
Thank you.
Me too. Me too.
Yep.
And all right. Take
Hey,
it easy,
we get
Jeremy.
that.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Good night, everybody. And thanks again.
And see, now Andy's mad because we charge Andy $1,000 to be our friend. God,
Like, how come I had to pay and these guys don't?
I know. Kenny, he was a great guy. I want to have you guys on again before the September 10th.
All right, man.
So that we can sit and we can talk, let's see how it's going, and maybe push it one more time as it gets closer. Sound like a plan?
Sounds good, brother. Thank you. And
All right. Well, I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. I want to thank you again for coming on tonight, my friend, and looking forward to seeing you in St. Louis.
yeah, I can't wait for St. Louis, man. Can't wait.
Looking forward to it, Kenny. Yeah.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing all you guys again.
All right, Kenny, you have a good evening, my friend.
Yep, you guys too.
All right, buddy. All right, everybody, that was Mr. Kenny Chavez. Great group on here tonight. You know what? I like those two guys. You know, Jeremy, I'm glad I got to meet Jeremy. And, you know, I was glad I got to meet Kenny back in the day now. You know, Kenny's starting to become an old friend, so that's pretty
Did
cool.
really good at cleaning our markers.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah,
Kenny's a great guy. He's good. He's good people.
Oh, yeah.
he is. He
Kenny.
absolutely is. You know, Bud, I'm glad you got back in and we could hear you. I don't know what happened.
Well, it's been going on and off. I mean, you guys would go completely away and then come back. So I got off of it and come right back on. So
So
it
we were
works
happy.
now. Yeah.
We love you. You know that.
Oh, I love you guys.
Still not so much, but you, we love to, to death.
Yeah.
I can take that as long as you love Bud. That's fine, man.
Pay me back. Pay
Yeah.
me back.
All right, Bud. Well, I'm gonna let you say goodbye to everybody, and I want to
love you guys.
personally thank you for being on tonight, buddy.
Well, thank you very much for having me on, and I love you guys, and you done great tonight, Andy. So, like always, you're the good spokesman. So, love you guys, and you guys have a great time, and I'll catch up with you later. So,
Stay safe, brother.
all right.
Bye-bye. Oh, everybody. You know, I don't even have to say his name. I mean, you see him, Mr. Budor. What a great, great guy, huh? Oh, let me see here. We got Joshua Strada. This was a great show once again. Can't wait till next week. Oh, I love you, Josh. What a great guy. Terrific, terrific guy. So, all right, Andy, your turn. I appreciate you taking the time to come on tonight, buddy.
Total Air. Back in the day, it was Air America.
Yeah.
God damn.
Hey, and I bet you McGuire doesn't give you any crap at all, does he?
Oh, no.
So, yeah. So
No,
you
we
can
have to
talk all
mention
day long.
Total Air. I mean, I was hanging out with Dan all weekend at the Montressor Classic, so
Yeah.
Dan was out there repping it all weekend.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I heard.
We gave away the Immortal Air Tanks for first place in our little 3-man. We did a street ball tournament last Saturday, and it was a good time. It was pretty fun.
How'd it go?
Except for the rain, it went perfect. It
Oh,
was
it rained?
wasn't
God,
a
I
single
hate that.
complaint. The new Valken paint shot awesome, and everybody had a great time. They were all surprised. There's a lot of teams, and they're used to playing with their own guys. So when we threw that random stuff in there on them, they didn't know how they were going to like it. They had a blast. They're looking at it more like a real good practice.
That's fun, though. It is. That's
Yeah.
fun. And you know what that does, Billy? Is it makes you meet and like new people.
Yep. We're already planning a 5-man, and they're also thinking about maybe doing a 1-on-1.
I love it. I love it. All right, Andy. Well, I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. Hang out in the green room. We'll talk.
No, great show tonight, as always, because that's just how Fred rolls. But yeah, no, looking to try to, and of course he rolls that way because people like me and Bud and Bill and the rest of the band are right behind him because we're
That's the reason. That's the reason. You know,
keep the
you can't roll if you haven't got good wheels.
lifted and up on his pedestal. You know, I love you. No, just putting the word out for the the Lucas Snyder Memorial Day there at Action Valley Paintball. I'm really thinking I'm going to roll into that. Just be there.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, I mean, I lost a teammate to suicide as well, so it's kind of just like, oh yeah, let's go have some fun and pack that place.
There you go.
Play
right
some
on, Andy.
old-fashioned paintball. So, yeah.
Right on, brother. Take it easy, my friend. See you in a minute. All right, Billy. You gotta love these guys. You know, I swear.
Yeah.
You know,
They grow
I get done with the show and I sit there and I sit there all night and think about some of the stuff that these guys say. That Bud says, now Andy, what he says, you know. And
Yeah, it just comes natural to everybody, you know.
It does. I wish everybody that plays paintball could hang out with these guys for a day, because they would just see some of the coolest guys. But it is what it is. Yep. All right, brother. Let's say goodbye to everybody.
See you, everybody.
Tell Susan we said hi.
Will do.
All right, brother. All right, everybody. Ran a little bit long. Not too bad, though. You know, when you got great people on like I had on tonight, you definitely want to run a little long because they are just absolutely terrific. So, everybody remember, we've got the LA Remember thing coming up October 1st. You're going to want to be there in Colorado. It's going to be pretty cool. September 10th, they're going to have the other thing at, I believe, Action Paintball. Andy, it'll be up on the website. You'll be able to check it out. And like I say, the more we support these great organizations, the better it looks for us as a sport. And the more we work together, the bigger we can make paintball, believe me. So until next Tuesday evening, 7 o'clock Pacific time on Facebook, on Flagpole Productions, please, everybody, play hard, play safe, play fair. Get out there and play some paintball. See you guys next week, huh?